Hey, if you want to know more about a Zestimate and what it actually is, this video is for you. Hey, this is Ron with Keller Williams Northeast Realty with the Ron and Jill Group, your local Phoenix real estate agents. One of the things I want to talk about is a Zestimate. Now, this is something that we have to explain whenever we talk to clients, especially we're in the beginning stages doing the listing presentation, where they'll go ahead and say, hey, a Zestimate is a lot more than what you're saying our home is worth, or they look at us in shock when they realize, okay, we're telling them more than what their Zestimate actually is. Now, there's a whole bunch of considerations we take into effect, and I'll just go over what exactly a Zestimate is. Now, with Zillow, something you have to understand when it comes to Zillow as the website and the business, it is a marketing company. They're not a friend of real estate agents. Really, they don't care about the end consumer at the end of the day. I'll talk about that here in a second, but when it comes down to it with Zillow, they're just a straight marketing platform for real estate agents to buy leads from. They have the Zestimate put in place, and when you look at the Zestimate, it's better than saying a guesstimate, okay? With a guesstimate, it's not going to sound as fancy, it's not going to sound as official as a Zestimate, since nobody's really heard about it, and they're trying to pass it off as the gospel, something that's real, something that's true, with a small room of error, but that error is pretty big. The CEO of Zillow found that one out the hard way. He had a home that was listed that had a Zestimate for $1.5 million. The home sold for just over $1 million. So there was a big room for error in it. Now, where Zillow does and where they get their numbers at for the Zestimate, they get it all from public information. This is from the tax records. This is from the recent homes that just sold. And that's pretty much it. But when you stop and look at it, they have a lot of information that is public information. Now, Zillow just recently, I would say towards the end of 2019 or at the beginning of it, what they did is they paid $1 million for an update for their Zestimate to make it a little bit better. So they got a bunch of these data analyst scientists to come up with an algorithm to pretty much decrease the room of error and to make the Zestimates a lot more better. However, when pause for the dogs. Stop! Taffy. Here recently, Zillow went ahead and paid out $1 million to these data scientists to go ahead and do something with the algorithm to make it a lot more accurate. Now, just think about this. Zillow, just for the United States alone, has every address, has every tax record that's open to the public. They have all the information that came out for recently sold homes. Just for the United States. Now, how many millions and millions of homes are there here within the United States? And they're only spending $1 million to upgrade a system that they're bragging about. So to me, that really does not show they're really too invested in the end consumer. They're not too invested with the actual home owners to say, hey, this is how much your home is worth. So to me, that $1 million is a drop in the bucket compared to what they could be throwing at it to make the end user experience a lot better. Now, something that is not included with the Zestimate is the updates. So if you have like a row of homes, let's just say that your home, you went ahead, freshly updated it, the kitchen, the flooring, the painting, everything else to make it look like a modern home, and you decide to sell it, the Zestimate could come in a lot lower than what the home is really worth because you're doing all these upgrades to it. It looks beautiful and everything else. Now, on the flip side, let's say you have a person that has a home that's not upgraded. It's pretty much the same thing from when the home was brand new. They never updated the cabinets, never updated the flooring or anything else like that. If Zillow, with the public information they have, they're comparing apples to apples and they're saying, hey, across the board, the home is only worth $300,000. Your home could be worth a lot more than that, and their home is the baseline of $300,000, and that's it. So they really does not have that fair of a look at what your home is actually worth, and that's where a lot of error comes into. Now, another one to look at too is the noise pollution. They do not take that into consideration as well. If your home is near a busy intersection, okay, it's not going to be as worth as much as a home, say, that was like 3 houses in. And if you're the house that's 3 houses in, you don't have the noise pollution that a home would have, say, next to a busy intersection or next to the freeway. So the noise pollution factor is not taken into consideration there either. Now, something that does affect the luxury market and the higher end homes is when the home has views. So Zillow's not going to take the views into consideration. If you're overlooking some of these other mountain areas or right by the ocean, or you have a better view compared to 2 or 3 neighbors down the road, I mean, they're not taking that into consideration as well. They're looking at your house compared to all other houses up and down your street and just in a very close surrounding area and throwing everything into one size fits all. So that is definitely not the case. Now, as I said before, when it comes down to Zillow, they're looking at themselves. They are a marketing company that went ahead and they're using other agents to sell off leads to other agents. If you look at their home buying program, it's pretty much like a wholesaler when you stop and look at everything. But a lot of it is they look at the home buyer's emotions and they love to play off the emotions. Because you can have a home that, like I said, there is a room of error for at least 20%, and that is a lot of money when you're trying to go ahead and get the most bang for your buck. And if you're trying to list your home, of course you want the highest and best offer, and if you're trying to purchase a home, of course you want the best deal possible. And with these Zestimates, it's kind of messing things up on both sides of the spectrum. Now, if you look at other websites, such as Trulia, or Realtor, or some of these other websites that are out there that show the homes, or other third-party vendors, they're going to have a different estimate of what your home is actually worth. So to say that the Zestimate is the know-all be-all thing, like I said, Zillow is a marketing company that's looking after Zillow. They're not looking after anything else, in my opinion. Now, a way to combat this and to actually understand what your home is actually worth, I'm being a little biased on this one, but get with a local real estate agent that knows what they're doing. Here in the Phoenix area, I've seen a lot of room for error for when it comes to the Zestimates. It could be a neighborhood right next to new home builds. It could be right next to the intersections, like I said. We have a lot of golf courses out here. So, of course, the home that's sitting right next to the greens with a view of right by one of the holes is going to be a lot different compared to one of the homes that's about 2 or 3 blocks in from the golf course. So there's a whole bunch of different factors that we have to consider here in the Phoenix area as well, specifically when we're trying to go ahead and give an accurate price to the homeowner to put it up on the market. You can also look at the brokers, get a broker price opinion on it as well. Just talk to a broker, talk to a real estate agent, and there will be one, as long as they know what they're doing, they can give you a very accurate information of what your home is actually worth and, of course, what you can expect on the current market conditions. Now, if you're moving into the Phoenix, Arizona area, or you have a referral that your client is moving into the Phoenix area, we would definitely love to go ahead and earn their business. You can reach us on our cell phone. My number is 602-400-4520, or visit us online on our website at www.soldbyronandjill.kw.com. See you soon.